Are you ready for the hardest hitting hour in all of sports radio? I'm Henderson. He's Urena. It's time for the Counterpunch. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? We're back, guys. We're back. We won't get into what's caused us to be away for a couple of weeks, but it's Wilder Ortiz week. We're going to be on with his manager and co-trainer here in just a little bit. But first, you know me, I'm boxing Boomhauer, man. That ding Boomhauer. And I'm joined by my co-host, Willie the Kid. He's up in Brooklyn. How you doing, Mr. Urena?
I'm all right, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Just glad to be back on air. You know, I want to welcome 1340 AM out of Augusta, Georgia. That's Fox Sports Radio. If listeners are new here tonight, we appreciate y'all giving us your time tonight. We're going to be on with us for the first 30 minutes as we're live around the world on blogtalkradio.com. You're the Counterpunch, fellas. So, like always, we're going to answer your questions. We're going to talk Wilder and Ortiz, the big fight coming up this weekend. I'm going to talk about the Spence deal because it's big. We're going to talk a little bit about the Lomachenko deal and the WBC. We got some questions about everything. I did reach out. I talked to Suleiman today. I also talked to somebody with Spence's team today and some other people, but I'm not going to really go into that too much. I talked to JD's. I talked to several people with Wilder today. What do you think, man? Big weekend?
Yeah. It's after last weekend, man. I kind of need it anyway.
Kind of need it?
I mean, yeah, man. I was bored out of my mind.
Last weekend was slow, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, man. So it is what it is, man. I think Ortiz looks game. So let's just, let's see what we get out of this. I don't think it's going to go 12, but Ortiz looks game.
He does. He looks the best, in the best shape I've seen him in ever, maybe. Maybe he's just got better testing, We'll see. Or better scientists. We'll see. Going to probably touch on a couple of things with Dees here in a minute. I just texted him. He's ready to go whenever we are, but we're going to talk about, I need to shout out to our sponsors first before we go much farther. That's thegruelingtruth.com, Anchor.fm, Everlast, Icons of Boxing, Cameron Management Team, Pratt and Company Photography out of the DMV. They're a new sponsor that just joined us. We've got a couple other new sponsors. I haven't just been able to get them all included into the set here. We've got some sponsor changes coming up. I'm still waiting on some promo codes, guys, and as soon as I get them, you'll get them too. That's for discounts with a couple other places, if you want to get anything.
Right.
This first segment, an interview with Mr. Dees, will be brought to you by Pratt Company Photography, as they are putting the dime on tonight's show for this segment here.
Let me add, you can also find the show at the Counterpunch show.com, right?
Absolutely. You can always find our show, whether it be the live feed, whatever it may be, at the counterpunchshow.com, and go right down there. You'll scroll to the blog talk. There's a blog talk. There's an anchor. Now listen, we love you listening to us live, but man, listen to some replays at Anchor. Anchor is our biggest sponsor, and we really try to shoot as many people as we can over their way. If you ever thought about giving podcasting a try, they're definitely the way to go. Me and Wilson's been on about every platform you can be on. I mean, from YouTube to recording some shit and throwing it up there to you name it. I can't fuss about Anchor at all. That's for sure.
Not at all.
So
let's get to work.
Let's get to work, guys. All right. I'm getting ready to reach out here, and I'm going to call Mr. Dees and see how camp went and if they're ready for this weekend for the big showdown. I got a feeling they probably are. What about you?
Yeah.
So, I got a feeling they are. Let's give him a call here. Let me get his number up. Pull him right up here. Call out. All right. Mr. Dees, I can't holler the number out too loud here. Yeah, my bad. Here we go. We're reaching out to him now.
This is Jay.
Mr. Dees, how are you doing today? Busy week
Good.
out there? Busy week out there in Vegas, I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you squeezing us in for a little bit. So we'll get started. How the camp goes? Everything ready? Y'all ready for Saturday night?
Oh, yeah, camp went great. We had a really good camp. The first Ortiz fight was not a good camp because Deontay had so much going on, and then the opposite. This one's been really good.
That's great.
Yeah, that's I think
I heard
the
you had
last
some
time they
rib
fought, he
issues,
was under
man.
the flu, right? Right? The last time they fought, he was under he had the flu or something like that. He had a cold. He was sick. So
Exactly. He was not 100% or anywhere near it, and still got the job done. Amazing what he overcame to get the job done, and this time it's much better.
right. So Saturday night, not looking past Ortiz, but he told me not to blink, so I ain't blinking. I'm guessing the next step is Fury again?
Well, I mean, to me, none of that matters. Like, there is nothing other than Ortiz. Nobody has ever had an easy time with Luis Ortiz, and he's a great fighter. So we have to be 100% zeroed in on Ortiz, and then we can worry about what's next after. I mean, everybody was talking to Joshua. Everybody was talking to Joshua about everything other than Andy Ruiz, and you saw where that got them.
Yeah,
I can't argue against that at all, Jay. That's I was getting ready to tell you, great job of avoiding the question as you're a media expert now. I can't argue against that at all. It's hard whenever, like you said, what happened with Joshua and Ruiz to argue against that at all. You're 100% correct too, by the way. When I was with Vernon Forrest, I remember we kind of overlooked my Oregon. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then the second fight we didn't, but he got in Vernon's head a little bit. So, yeah.
Right.
So with that being said, right, a certain promoter from a certain heavyweight boxer that's trying to get his belt back, I'm not mentioning any names, said that Deontay Wilder might apply to be the franchise champion to avoid fighting Joshua. And I know Deontay Wilder has said, obviously the opposite, that he doesn't want to be the franchise. He wouldn't want it. He would throw that belt away. So to say the air, JD, he's always going to be the WBC champion, right? There's no franchise or any of that in the near plans.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping eventually you'll be the unified champion, one face, one name. But until then, it's, title defense. Number 10, this is a big one. This is more title defenses than Lennox Lewis or Mike Tyson. This is a big one, number 10.
It's going to tie Ali, I believe, right?
I think that's right. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, Ali had a 9 and a 10 or something like that.
Yeah, I think Joe Louis has 25. I think he's on top. So I saw that earlier. Yeah, so everything's focused. There's no issues. He looks good. He looks like he's in good spirits. He has a lot of respect for Ortiz. I think both guys respect each other. So I kind of like I kind of like him, man. I kind of been leaning towards Wilder since the fight was announced again, and I feel like he'll probably get it done a little earlier this time.
Well, it's going to be a great fight. I mean, I think Deontay is poised to have a spectacular statement. He's going to show the world how devastating he is. especially in rematches where he's already got the IQ. He knows the guy. He knows how good he is. He knows what he can do. And I think it's just a matter of just, making sure that he peaks on fight night because he's ready to fight now.
That's the thing. That's the thing with Deontay. He's talked about it in public before, and it's been a while since I've been around y'all during fight week, but he does go into he does become a different person almost, as far as when he gets into this mode. And like you said, it's all about peaking tomorrow night around midnight, y'all's normal time, actually, probably.
Saturday night, not tomorrow night.
Yeah, Saturday night. My bad. I'm thinking about the weigh-ins and stuff, and I've got stuff in the background. Is he planning Jay, you may be able to answer this question. It's one of the questions that we get a lot of questions because they can go through our website and stuff and ask us questions before the show. One of the questions is what we figured Deontay would weigh for this fight. That's never really been a big deal with him, but was it the last fight was his lowest weight ever? Is that correct? Close to it? The last Ortiz fight?
Yeah, I think that was one of his lowest ones. In the Fury fight, he was light for that as well. After the Fury fight, he came into saying he wanted to go back to the basics. And I thought that's a great idea. Love it when a fighter tells you that because that not only means back to the basics in the ring, in the gym, but getting his rest, getting proper nutrition. So that's a big thing, and I think that he's been on top of it. He's been eating well. He's the kind of guy that has to make sure he eats, which is not my problem. I wish it was, but he actually has to make himself slow down and make sure he's getting the proper nutrition. And it showed in the Brazil fight what he can do when he's really focused, back to the basics, and we're gonna look to do that again. So I don't know what weight he'll come in at, but
what's your ideal weight?
Will be low to mid 220s.
Okay.
Right, that's
about 225 or so.
That would be great. I'm gonna say 223 or so, but we'll see. Yeah. It doesn't really matter, obviously. As long as he's eating well and he's working out hard, wherever he comes in, he comes in.
He tore a bicep and still knocked the guy out, so still stopped the guy. So apparently, whatever he's doing is working because he has unbelievable power.
Oh, he's got otherworldly power. It's like
he can change a
you
fight.
can imagine. It's generational. I mean,
I was going to ask you about it, Jay. How's them ribs feeling, buddy?
Well, good. I've recovered to a large degree. Deontay hit me while I was wearing the bodysuit, and the left hook. He gets all the press on his right hand, but the left hook is really something as well. And
if he's
hit me and it hurt.
Brutal. I've watched it.
Yeah. And I got it checked out the next day, and they said, "Man, you've separated your rib from the cartilage." I'm like, "Wow, this is through several inches of bodysuit." So, man, I can't even imagine with no suit and 10-ounce gloves. Unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah, I imagine so. Goodness gracious. He's you know what? I'm one of those guys, like most people, and I've noticed you are too, Jake, because we follow each other on social media, and I've noticed you are too, that we're still stuck in, to a certain extent, we look at some of the older fighters and we think more of them, you know what I mean? And that's not a nostalgia thing as much as it is, we were kids growing up, you know what I mean? And this is what we built our philosophy of what boxing should be off of. Do you know what I mean? So, and in my mind, and in yours too, probably, as our ages, is Shavers was the hardest hitting guy ever. But Deontay's one that's brought me around to thinking that, hey, this may be the hardest hitting puncher this sport's ever seen, guys. Do you know what I mean? As far as one shot power, it's out of this. It's otherworldly. There's no doubt about it.
Everybody that's fought him attests to it. Everybody that's sparred with him attests to it. Everybody that's worked the mitts with him attests to it. So if you don't believe me, you ask Mark Breland, ask Jamil McCline, 4-time world title challenger. Ask any of the guys that have fought him or sparred with him, from Duopa to Ortiz to Tyson Fury.
Actually,
if you don't believe it, you're just saying you don't believe. You believe you know more than all these guys who have either been in the ring with him or worked with him, and they're all saying the same thing. It's not like anything you've ever felt before. It's not like getting hit by a human being. It's something totally different.
Funny, we're talking about that. PBC just dropped a thing on social media. How did he get back up? Talking about the Fury thing, of course. And we still don't know. Jay don't know. Nobody knows. So don't bother asking us that question. We're not sure.
It was
Tyson Fury himself.
It was a 15-second count.
I have talked to several fighters that I think it was Duopas. Didn't he come down and spar with y'all after y'all actually fought him or something?
He did. He did. Yeah, he's
I
a
think
friend
it
of
was
ours.
him that I talked to, and even this Klitschko, when he sparred with him years ago, told me about it. He said he said to look like he does, to be as gangly, I believe is what he called him, and it's crazy how hard he could hit, and he was telling me it's not like your heavy hand type power. It's your like just a blunt force. Bang, there it is.
Yeah, they say that getting hit by George Foreman, was like getting hit by a Mack truck at 35 miles an hour. Like you feel every inch of it. Whereas they say getting hit by Mike Tyson was more like getting hit by a bullet. Like it doesn't hurt, but your body doesn't work and you're on the ground.
Yeah.
And Deontay's a little bit of both. He certainly has what I call, like Tyson, that speed power where he hits you and all of a sudden you're wobbling all over the ring or you're out, but he's also got the ability to land shots even to your arms or your body or your neck or those kind of things where there is a wow, that hurts factor. Like, man, that's, and he mostly threw his jab and things like that. So he's a little bit of both. He's a little bit of an anomaly there. He can kind of hurt you either way.
On our live social media feed, Alex Tomei, he's a big fan of Luis Ortiz. He said, do you sincerely believe Wilder's going to knock him out in the first round? I think he's going off of what Deontay said. He wants to end him in the first round. But I'll let Jay answer that question.
Well, I never, I think it's fine for the fighters to predict a round or to say what they think because they're the guys in the ring. As a trainer, I don't do that. I do believe that Deontay's going to win the fight, and I do believe he's going to win it in spectacular fashion, but I never pick a round because I just don't think that trainers should do that, and I don't like it when they do it because they're not the ones in there. If you're in there, you can do that talking. If you're out, you can say what you think just in general terms, like me saying, I believe Deontay is going to win the fight. I believe he's going to win it very, very spectacular fashion, and I think it's going to be very exciting all the way through from the first second of the fight until it ends. But I never do anything like pick a round or anything like that.
Because you still have to train your guy for 12 rounds.
You got a particular question?
Oh, absolutely.
Wilson, I got a couple more from social media. Bernie wants to know, do you have any particular game plan that's going to be different this time than the first go around, or is it just more so, just more so what it was the first time or anything like that?
Well, I think we're going to make adjustments from the first fight. I think they'll make adjustments as well. There's a little bit of a chess match going on because you try to anticipate what adjustments the other side's going to make and try to, be one up on that. And I feel good about where we are and what the game plan is. And I also think you have to take into account they've been 10 rounds together. So I don't think it's going to take 4 rounds to heat up like the first fight did. I think they know each other well enough that it's going to kind of pick right up. So there's a lot of interesting dynamics, but I feel good about our scouting and I feel good about our video work. And I think we got a great game plan.
All right, guys, I'm going to let a caller come in real quick. We got a caller. You're live on the Counterpunch.
Hey,
Who's this?
Hey, how you doing, Chris? This is Matt from the Bronx.
How you doing,
Good,
Matt?
doing great.
Yeah, I had a question for Jay. So,
Right.
not to obviously look past Ortiz, because Ortiz, top 5 heavyweight, very dangerous opponent. But supposedly Wilder is going to be taking on Tyson Fury in February if all goes well with the Luis Ortiz rematch. Are you concerned at all as a trainer about what would be basically a quick turnaround after what's expected to be a tough fight against the likes of Luis Ortiz?
Good question, Mr.
That's a
Brown.
great question. It's a great question. I'm not worried at all about it. And the reason I say that is because, obviously taking care of business is the first priority. And then after that, it's all about, getting back on the schedule, getting back in the gym. And I feel great about that. I think, this is one of those rare opportunities where we actually know what we're going to do. We're not just waiting and saying, if you heard anything and what do you think? And I don't know when we're in the ring again, but we should know something next month. And we're not dealing with any of that. We're potentially looking at knowing exactly what we're doing. So I think that's a great ahead of time.
Okay. Did that give you an answer what he's looking for, Matt?
Well, I'll also add that from a standpoint of Deontay, he would fight every month if you let him. So as far as wear and tear or anything like that, he's ready to go. You give Deontay, a day or two, and he'll be back in. So we've already
Spends a lot of time in the gym.
Yeah, so we're good. I mean, he'll do his thing. He'll have more than enough. You're looking at approximately, if the date they're talking about were to come to fruition, you're still talking about 4 to 5, almost 5.5 weeks of downtime before you're back in the gym.
And also, we're not talking about a fighter that's wore down, so to speak. He's still, in my opinion, 34 years old, but he's very fresh. You know what I mean?
Right,
he's,
absolutely.
He's not an old 34, so to speak.
That is very true.
So I don't think it should be much of an issue. It might actually be better, man.
Matt, we appreciate the call, man. If anybody's wondering, this is Matthew Brown from Boxing Updates. Reach out, check him out on social media. Appreciate the call, Matt.
My boy, man.
Thanks a lot, Bone.
Thank you.
I got another one right here. You're live on the Counterpunch. How's it going? It's Bone. Hello.
Hello.
Just listen.
Yep.
Everybody home.
All right, we're gonna let them listen.
Oh well.
I've got tons of them. We'll hit one more real quick.
Go ahead.
You're live on the Counterpunch with Bone and Urena. How's it going? You want to ask a question or just wanting to listen? Hello.
All right, man. So, yeah. So basically, Jay, my guess is this fight is not going to take 4 rounds to warm up, like you said. So we might start seeing fireworks a little earlier than the prior fight. So both guys are familiar with each other now. So it's all about who has the best game plan and makes the best adjustments.
I think that's exactly right. I think they know there's a familiarity there, so I think it's going to get exciting pretty quick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to reach out. We'll try to get one more caller in here. Then we're going to let Jake go because he's got it's busy out there. I know what it's like to be out there that week.
Fight week, man.
I was shocked that he was able to squeeze us in, and like I said, we do appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
You're live on the Counterpunch. You got a question for JD? Hello.
I think they're just calling to listen in, man.
Man, we've got well over 100 here. So.
Oh wow.
That's very common. Yeah, Jay's. I think you set a new live show listen record for us here, Jay. We went well over 25,000 people listening right now. That's just on the internet. So, and don't want to forget our Fox Sports affiliates in Augusta, Georgia, throughout the Southeast. Also, trying to get the Tuscaloosa area as it is.
Well, I think it speaks the how popular this fight is. It's really catching fire, and I think that it's must-see TV when Deontay Wilder fights. I mean,
that was my
American heavyweight,
tremendous
puncher. It's all total package, and I think hopefully America's really getting to kind of figuring that out. This guy's a lot of fun.
Really, my only question for you, and after this, I wanted this question. My questions for you today. I'll reach out to you and get it back on about some other stuff I want to talk to you about, but I wanted to center it around this fight this weekend instead of what you're going to do about Tyson Fury or what you're going to do about all that. You know what I mean? Because I know what it's like this week. It's you got to focus on try to get the best you can out of your man to 36 minutes Saturday night. And but I want to ask you one thing: was this fight ever considered to maybe go back to like regular Showtime or Fox possibly, or has it been pay-per-view since day one?
He's been pay-per-view since day one because the first fight was so interesting, and the platforms, Fox has been really successful with their pay-per-views, and their matchups have been very good. And so I think this is, a continuation of that, where that's the one thing they haven't really had on their pay-per-view model is the big boys, the heavyweights. And I think this is that step. And I think it's a good first step for Fox and a great one for us, because even though the fight's on pay-per-view, all the publicity is on all their networks at Fox, and that's international. So the exposure has been unlike anything that we've seen. It's been really great, and I think even Fox had a crew in town in camp for 32 days. So it's quite interesting having a camera in your face all the time, but it's okay.
Jay, I mean,
so they have
that's the one thing Fox does well. It seems like they push the fights very well, wouldn't you say? I mean,
yeah, I think they're doing a really good job, and they've got the viewership and the muscle. When you're on regular worldwide Fox, right between two NFL games, that's you can't beat the millions of viewers that are getting to see that is incredible.
Exactly. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Anything else, Chris?
I'm good. I mean, I got a bunch of callers on the line, but I don't want to keep Jay. I'm going to let you go. Man, we appreciate it. Like I said, Jay, good luck to y'all this weekend. I'll be honest, when this fight was first announced, I was like, why do we want to see another fight, see this again, Because like everybody else, even whether I work in the sport or not, I still want to see the best fight the best, what I figure. But in this situation, with Ruiz beating Joshua, I think you're probably in the best possible matchup, seeing as you can't get the Gypsy King back in the ring right now. So this fight's really growed on me. It's went from why do I even want to see it to I'm going to buy the damn pay-per-view now because I'm not out there this week. So we appreciate it, Jay.
Well, it's a great undercard, and it's stacked with great fights, and the undercard has a heavy Hispanic presence, and we know that those are really some of the best fans in the world, and I think that it's going to be great for that fan base. They may come on board to see Leo Santa Cruz, but they're also going to see Deontay Wilder, and we really want to pick up those fans because they're the heart of boxing. They're the most passionate, and they're the ones that really drive the whole vehicle in terms of getting the best matchups made. So we're thrilled to be kind of seeing the audience we're bringing plus the new audience.
I've got one guy, one of the callers, he said that his speaker's not working on his phone, reason he couldn't have. So he hit me up on social media. He just wants to know one thing: is Wilder capable of winning the decision? co-host here will definitely know who's asking that question as it comes through. Is Wilder capable of winning the decision? Well, but I'll let Jay answer before he goes.
Is he capable of winning a decision?
Yeah.
Yeah, against Ortiz, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely he's got a really good skill set, better than he gets credit for. If you look at the first Stavern fight, just the way he used his jab, the way he used his distance against a very, very good Bermain Stavern at the time, the world champion. And Deontay was fantastic. And I think if he's forced to go the distance, he can certainly. We believe the judges will be fair and he can win a decision. But he doesn't get paid for overtime, so he's looking for that. If he sees an opportunity for the knockout, most guys, and this is the difference between Deontay and a lot of guys. Most guys hold just a little bit back, just in case they don't get the knockout. But with Deontay, it's not like that. He will give everything in his power to knock you out, and then if that doesn't happen, then he'll just deal with it, after. But there's nothing in him that holds back.
I know it is not. I'll give you that. He has become a more patient fighter, though. I have noticed that. He's become a more patient fighter.
He
really has. His patience has come a long way. Discipline.
His ring IQ and his patience has been really nice to see that he's settled down, he's settled in. He's really, he may see something in round 1, but he doesn't capitalize on it until round 6, 8, or 10. But he saw it early, and he's kind of looking for the right moment.
That to y'all during the fight, does he?
Yeah, we talk about everything. So
I know what we see sitting down there below the apron, but it's a little bit different to actually be in there. What we think may be an opening down there. What we think may be an opening. Yeah, well, it's a lot different actually, but you know what I mean. Because I can remember when I was fighting, like Tom Ortiz was my coach here, and I got there at Augusta, and he would tell me something. I'm like, "You're crazy." I'm thinking to myself that one, So, but that's why I was asking, how well do y'all communicate in the corner? I know I've listened to y'all several times over the years, and y'all seem to communicate very well. Y'all all three communicate
Mark is the
well
lead
together.
in the corner. Yeah, Mark is the lead in the corner, and Mark does most of the talking. If I see something, I'll say it. But mostly, we all talk in the corner while Deontay's fighting. We're all saying to each other what we're seeing, and then Mark kind of decides what he thinks the most important part of that to talk to Deontay in the ring in that 50 or so seconds you have. Okay. The worst thing you can do is bombard your guy with 42 things. It's better to keep to 1 to 2 things max.
All right. Once again, we'll try to let you go here, Jay. I've got a bunch to talk about this week with Spence making an appearance at the Dallas barbecue place and all kind of stuff, but we appreciate it, man, and thank you.
Thank you guys for having me. Call me anytime you need me.
No problem, Jay. Have a great one.
Right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Well, there you have it.
There you have it, guys. And I've got some people on social media asking me why I didn't ask them. We're going to get into all that later. Like I told him when I asked him about question, the purses and stuff like that. That's really not something I want to talk about to him at this week. And I didn't get him. No, we literally just called him out of the blue. The fact that I was able to reach out to him just right before we went on air and him agree to come on was phenomenal considering where he's at and what he's doing this week. I was shocked that he said, yeah, sure, always for y'all. So we appreciate him coming on, and that's awesome. I'm going to try to let one of these other callers get back on here and see what they got to say. I'm going to reach out to the 8-1 there. You're live on the Counterpunch. You got your questions. What's up? Can you hear me? And I may have done shot over to you one time before. I've got a numerous load of them here. I'm going to go back to this one now. Well, not back to it. It's a new one. It's a 3, 2, 1. You're live on the Counterpunch. Hey. How's it going?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Who is
it? Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's my question,
Yeah.
So, like I stated this the other day, right?
I know this voice.
Do you guys? Yeah, you know who it is. Do you guys still feel that it is not possible for this man to win after what this man said? A decision.
Well, I'll let you win a decision because he'll probably score multiple knockdowns.
I'm not. Let me rephrase this because I'm not even saying to y'all personally. I'm talking to the listeners, basically.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Guys,
No, I'm saying that's my question. It wasn't directly to y'all like that. I'm saying it's just the listeners themselves because they don't give the man a chance to win a decision. And I think he can.
Do I think he can outbox Ortiz? Absolutely not. No, I do not.
It's not about outboxing him, though.
Do I think he's
It's not about outboxing him, though.
Yes, he would have to have a couple of knockdowns, but he definitely could win a decision. And like in all likelihood, Deontay Wilder hasn't had a fight in which he doesn't have a 10-8 round in, really. So I can't, or what would have been a 10-8 round if it hadn't been stopped. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. It's not impossible. I just think it's very, very, very unlikely. Ortiz was up, well, by most accounts, was winning until he got staggered the first fight, and he had control of that fight. You know, now we're going into the second fight. The technical fighter always does better in the second fight. There's no doubt who's the more technical fighter here. It's not even remotely close. It's the guy with 400 amateur fights and a high pedigree. He's the more technical guy. Now, the advantage Deontay has is he's got a significant reach advantage. And if he could keep him on the end of his one or his jab, whatever you want to call it, for the layman's out there, then yes, he could win a decision. Is that the way Deontay Wilder fights, though? Absolutely not.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Okay.
Of course not.
So
no, but I'm my thing is right. Here's my thing, right. This is how I look at it, right. Most of us have all been in street fights, right. Somebody hits you hard, that's going to always stay in your mind when you come back for that second time. Isn't that right, Paul? And that's the same thing I say about Fury. These dudes are going already in with that mentality.
I got some rematches.
That if he catches you.
As an amateur, I was in with McClellan a couple times. I was in with Roy Jones a couple times. Yes, you do subconsciously, whether you want to think about it or not, you do have things in your mind that are there. The second time, for instance, I fought Roy. I kept looking for the left hand even when it wasn't even possible for him to throw it at that time. You see what I'm saying?
Sometimes that's the difference between a good fighter, not even an elite fighter, but a good fighter and a journeyman. Is that a good fighter? Things like that behind him. All right.
Yep.
And let's be honest. When you step into the ring, mostly everybody has a little fear. It is what it is. You're stepping into the ring, and that might be the last time you step into a ring. So
I won't call it fear as much as I'll call it anticipation, excitement. But yeah, you're right. It's there. It's that feeling you get that when you're unsure about something, mixed with excitement.
Right.
It's the guys that can handle that situation and perform under it that are the elite fighters. Yeah.
And turn it into a positive way, fuels them.
Exactly.
So,
amen.
So I think
is Luis Ortiz mentally stable?
Yeah.
Mentally stable?
This all goes back to the mentality. Yo, this dude hits this hard. I don't want to get hit by that. You make a mistake, you're gonna get caught.
I mean, anytime you gotta leave a country,
so
to follow your dream and jump on a little boat and land in Mexico. Yeah, he's mentally stable.
Bro, he's probably got more willpower than you could possibly imagine.
Think about it.
That's what that comes down to.
Forget boxing, man. Just with his daughter alone, both guys.
Yep.
Right.
All right.
So, yeah.
So
I think this is going to be a pretty interesting fight early on. I see some things start to light up towards the third round or so, and we'll go from there.
I can't argue against that.
Listen, man. I just throw it out there. You know, it's my thing is that everybody's so content on the only way this man can win is by knocking him out. Oh, he can't go 12 rounds. I think he could go 12 rounds and win a decision.
I'm going to break the fight down here before we leave there tonight, and what I think is going to happen, how I think it's going to happen. So, what we did a show on this before the first fight, and we talked about how hard a pick it was. I think it's an even harder pick this time, guys. I really do. I think his fight is not no gimme, and it's not a gimme for either guy. The more I've watched this, and I know Coach Larry Wade is somewhat new with King Kong, and I know what his philosophy. I know how he coaches. For those who don't know who he is, he spent a lot of time around the Mayweathers in the Mayweather gym and such. So watch out. This is a different fight. This is a different fight in several different ways. So, but anything else you want to say before you go, Jesus?
Yes, sir, man. I got one question. Does Flores got a chance against Cruz?
Flores got a chance against Santa Cruz? Absolutely not. The volume's too much, I think, for damn near anybody.
I think the volume's.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's ranked 132nd in the world now. Don't get me started on that fight. That fight just pisses me off. There's no way somebody should be moving up, fighting for a vacant super title from the WBA when you got a guy like Andrew Cassell. He's been a champion, regular champion. Should have been the super champion because he beat who should have been the super champion in Andrew Machado to begin with. So I don't even want to think about this fight. How the hell you move up a division? Never fought in a division. You're fighting 150-something ranked guy for that title. That just makes no sense. That's bullshit out of WBA, in my opinion. So we'll get off of that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
We appreciate the call. Hey, Susan.
I'll make fun of you tomorrow, hey, Sue.
He dropped himself out. We appreciate the call.
Right.
I've got several other people on here that I've hit. I'm going to hit this. I think I've only hit this 812 number once or twice.
Well, we don't have questions because we got like 20 minutes left.
We actually have 23 minutes and 18 seconds right now. Okay?
Yeah.
But it's not showing me that on the actual time down here. And I forgot to break for the Fox Sports people in Augusta. I'm sorry about that. We will next time. All right, yeah, we do have a few questions. Let me get into them real quick. Once again, remember our sponsors. That's thegruelingtruth.com, Cameron Management Team, Anchor.fm, Pratt & Company Photography, and Everlast, and Icons of Boxing as well. Vernon in Augusta wants to know purses for Joshua and Ruiz. Guys, there's no actual purse has been released yet, and they don't pay no attention to that 85 million number for Joshua you see floating around Twitter. That was Boxing Kingdom. That's their troll site, troll account, so don't really pay no attention to it. Ruiz is set to get approximately $12 to $15 million, though, I hear. So, yeah. But that 85 million for Joshua is just a speculation completely. All right. We're back, guys. Question, which moves right into our next topic. Is the Spence pick real? 100% real. It is 100% real. It was taken on Tuesday night at the Turkey Leg Paradise in Dallas, Texas, is where it was taken. Some stuff come out on the know that people tried to make this into a thing between me and Rick Blazer. That's not what it is, fellas. But a lot of people tag both of us in the pictures, and I don't care. I mean, I'm going to tell what it is. Ask how I got the picture and so on and so forth. I really can't go into that. I've got a lot of information on all that I can't go into either. But All Access Boxing actually dropped that pick before no. It was somebody. Turkey Leg Paradise. That's who dropped it before I did. The actual restaurant where it was taken. So if you want to go over to their page on Facebook, you'll see where they posted it live. I mean, right as it was taken. But the pick is 100% real. If you look closely, you can see the puffiness around his face. You can see appears of something to be on the right hand. I've heard he had to have a skin graft or something like that. I can't verify that 100%. So, but that doesn't mean he's damaged, or that doesn't mean he crushed his hand or anything like that. None of that's what that means. A skin graft could have been where the skin's been peeled back. You know what I mean? So, whatever it may be. The fact that somebody got on today said that I made the comment that I don't know exactly how the comment read. It was on Rick Blazer's post, if I'm not mistaken. Because they keep, like I said, people tried to make it things for me and him. That's not what this is. We both have jobs to do in this sport, and we both want to do them. But, okay, my comment was this. He will not be returning to the ring in March, though. He's lucky if he is actually able to compete again, period, and especially at the highest level. I'm not saying that that's not what's going to happen. He's not going to compete. I'm saying he's lucky that he's able to do this. All right? He is. He's lucky he's even able to breathe again. You know, have y'all seen that crash? I mean, look on our page. It's really the only video I think we have up other than like a commercial or something. But so, I mean, yeah, he's lucky. Like I said, I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, or I got a report saying he's not returned to the ring, or that's not it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's lucky if he is, if he does. You know what I mean? And I think anybody with the right state of mind, you know what I mean, would agree that he's lucky.
Somebody try to turn it into you against somebody else. Why? Because somebody, I think there's somebody say that he was done or something.
Yeah, he did. That's it. Then FightNights.com, Ryan O'Hara dropped an article that he consulted with me on. Me and him actually, he got a hold of me and so on and so forth, and I verified the Jamel Herring post actually come right after that because I had talked to Jamel Herring. You know, I was reaching out to whoever I could that I knew Spence, you know, to find out what's going on. And Jamel told me, and then lo and behold, we posted it on the Eastwood page like the very next morning, I think he did, if I'm not mistaken. After Fight Nights had dropped the article, and it become a me versus Rick Glazer thing, and that's not what this is, guys. That's not what it is. Me and Rick disagree on a lot of shit in this sport, like almost everything. But as far as how me and him got along, you know, we worked together. A lot of people know that. I mean, he was co-commentators or whatever you want to call it on some broadcasts and stuff. So, and we got along fine. I got nothing against the guy as far as that, you know what I mean, goes. But I do. He's not a fan of PBC, and I'm not about bashing nobody in this sport, especially somebody that's done what Al Heyman has. That's my co-host. That's that Brooklyn coming out at him right there. What'd you say now?
You know, I said fuck him. Next time, verify that shit before you come out and talk shit. Period. That goes to anybody and everybody. Period, including myself.
One thing you could say, and we get a lot of compliments on, is y'all don't give bad updates. Y'all don't give bad news. You know why? We verify. That's why. You know what I mean?
No, not just that. I don't like to be like the type of person that I makes it seem like I'm hating on people. I'm here to celebrate the sport. I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm not a fan of many different fighters, but when I talk about them in this platform or any public platform, I try to be as fair as possible. Now, if you catch me in my group, I do a lot of funny stuff on there where I troll.
Yeah, don't come in the group thinking we're unbiased in there. It ain't that we're not unbiased. It's just that we cut up and shit in there. Yeah, you're right. Amen.
You know, I kind of tend to I have serious conversations about the sport all day, and that's where I go to unwind and just have a good time. But at the end of the day, we have a responsibility to shed a positive light on the sport, and it's constantly. If you like Top Rank, you can't like PBC. If you like PBC, you can't like Top Rank. Nobody should watch Golden Boy. Oh, the Zone is just an app. Anything that you could do to support the sport, it does. Like, what the hell do you care what platform has to fight as long as the fight is on?
Amen.
Period.
Amen. I don't care who the promoters. I've often said that the Pope could promote it and put it on the Cartoon Network, and I'm going to watch it. All right? I'm going to watch it.
You put gloves on roaches, I'm watching.
As long as it ain't pay-per-view. And if it's pay-per-view, I'm going to have to find a stream. If it's pay-per-view, I'm going to have to find a stream on that now. Seriously.
Yeah, come on now. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I have no issues with the guy. He does what he does. I never talk to him. I never
He's a great
had a
matchmaker.
conversation
He's great at that. He's one of the top matchmakers in the sport.
But when you're talking about news, when you're trying to retire a guy or make him seem like he's more hurt than what he is or he isn't, because he probably is a little more hurt than what they say he is. But you got to get that right, man. Because come on, man, that's very irresponsible. Period.
Amen.
Next question.
Amen. All right, we're going to go into our next question here the Ken Wild will go 12. That's Jesus' question. So we'll skid on over here. Joey Santana wants to know, and the show is actually produced out of Long Island, Joy. That's what's going on. My co-host is in Brooklyn. They're wanting to know about our number. It's produced out of Long Island. That's a 516 number. So, is Lomachenko ducking Haney? Segue into another segment here. Guys, come on. Go up. No, he's not ducking Haney. Okay. Now, as we reported yesterday, Lomachenko says he didn't sign anything. This gets into my talk with Suleiman earlier today. All right. Lomachenko says he did not sign anything and he did not request any type of additional belt. He was under.
There's only one problem with that, though.
Top Rank did. When this all went down, I reported that Moretti. I talked to Carl Moretti, and one thing I'll say about Carl is this guy don't never lie to me. He don't never lead me. Down the wrong path. That's how I was able to report, for instance, Rigo and Lomachenko way ahead of anybody else. Hell, I reported it, a month before the Mariaga fight? We stayed pretty. We reported the Lars Lomachenko official. We did all that. We got a pretty good contact at Top Rank. And it ain't Bob Arum, it ain't Todd Ruff. It's guys that yes, I'm covering that right now. Somebody just asked on the social media thing, and actually it's on the blog talk page. Just a comment. Sign off on the title.
Did he sign off on the title?
Yeah, no, actually Lomachenko did not have to sign off. He had to sign a paper vacating his other title. All right? To vacate that title, to remove that title, what that is a waiver for sanction and fees, and all this goes into it. All right? Now, as far as signing papers for this new belt, there's mail when they ship you a new belt and all this and stuff. After a fight, you do sign some stuff, like if you win a title from another guy. For instance, you sign some paperwork. You got the sanction and fees that you have to sign, of course, agreements before you ever go into a fight. It's all part of your contract. Numerous different things. But is it true that Loma signed off I don't know who F&T is, but we appreciate the question. It's got a truck on his profile. But, yeah, he signed a piece of paper. But from my understanding, from talking to Clemens earlier today, because like I said, I did talk with Suleiman, and he said, yes, they did request it, and they did ask for it. Well, Carl Moretti's on video. After I reported that Moretti actually, that Top Rank did request it, he got recorded saying that they did ask for it. Okay, so they asked for it, guys. Stop with that. They asked for it. Top Rank asked for it. Did Lomachenko understand what was going on? No, I don't believe he did. All right. As I said then, they were upset because now he thought he could still go on and get the undisputed title. He can still become undisputed and all that. And Suleiman has said, he's on record saying that he could. Well, not today. He told me different. No, he can't. All right. Well, and the truth of the matter is this: it's not up to the WBC whether they make he's undisputed or not. It's the other sanctioning.
Right, because the WBC franchise title is not recognized by the other sanctioning bodies.
Amen. There you go. Amen. It's the other sanctioning bodies that have to state they're accepting it. That's what makes it undisputed. And theoretically, undisputed is a kind of like lineal. You know what I mean? It's there's no title. It's called undisputed.
Theoretically, if he wants to do what he wants to do at 135, he's going to have to spend one more fight there to do it.
Yeah. So think about this.
Coming up. Two more fights.
Think about this, man.
Because you got he's going to face the winner of Cormier, what's your boy? Lopez is coming up. He's going to have to. Yeah.
See, herein lies your problem, guys, with the fact that's saying he ducked. What in the hell would possess him to want to fight an extra? He could have kept the title, okay, and not had to fight Haney yet, and still got to fight for an undisputed championship. Do you see what I'm saying? So, no, he did not drop that title or accept that title just to duck Haney right now. All right? Now, should he never fight Haney?
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look at all. Amen. It's not. But he didn't have to drop it yet. He didn't have to accept it yet.
No.
You know what I mean?
That's why it didn't make sense to me. I don't know if you remember.
That's why it makes no sense. That right there in itself tells you he didn't know what the hell was going on. If there's a video of him on the same channel. I don't know if it's Fight Hub. It might be Mark. I don't know. It's Marco, I think. Where he talks about just
unless
that.
the WBC was going to mandate the fight.
He was under the belief that they couldn't. There wasn't no time. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. But that doesn't mean they weren't going to try.
And even if they did, he ain't had that title 12 months.
I'm trying to understand. Why Top Rank will push for this. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't see what was the reason
talking
behind
to Savon today. Here's what the thing is. All right, it's a title that is for fighters that will float weight divisions. It's a title that you must be. There you go. No, Deontay Wilder has not refused the franchise tag. He can't even have it if he wanted it. If he asked for it, you have to be a unified champion first. You have to hold the WBC belt and another title as well. That's right there is what Suleiman clarified for me today as well. He also clarified about the undisputed part. He also clarified that he said that he believes Lomachenko was confused and he got lost in translation. That's exactly what he said. And then I think there's a video out now with him saying just that he believes there was a translation problem here. And there is a lot of that when you deal with these guys because it ain't that they don't know English. It's what they don't understand structures behind questions and stuff at times, you know. And there's a lot of that when you deal with these guys. The Top Rank did not have to have his permission, though, to ask to request this designation. All right? They can act on behalf of the fighter, you know, and do so. Now, he does have to sign off on vacating that title, however. And that's for sure been signed. According to Shimon, everything's been signed off. So we'll see, you know. We'll see. But it's not theoretically logical for him to have did it just to not have to fight Haney right now. He still could have accomplished being undisputed. He still could have did everything he wanted. Do you see what I'm saying? And not had to ever fight Haney then. If he did turn around and done it right after following the Comey and Lopez winner. So therein lies the problem.
Devin Haney is seeing a surgeon next week.
Yes, that's what I was getting ready to get into. We just dropped, Urena just dropped news on that as we get down to our last 6 minutes, guys.
Yeah, he's going to have surgery, shoulder surgery, or see if there's another way, you know, moving forward. But the wait time, the recoup time is not that long. It's 4 to 6 weeks to recoup from the surgery, so he could still make his March date. I believe Javier Fortuna.
Fortuna's who it is, yeah.
Yeah, so he'll still be on schedule to fight.
Say this.
Take on that fight.
From what I've been told, they will do everything in their power to make the Devin Haney versus Vasyl Lomachenko fight following his next fight.
And just a quick reminder, Devin Haney cannot drink in my state.
But
and I'm being serious. He cannot buy a drink. He can't legally buy a drink in my bar at a bar here.
No, he can't.
Yeah, 21 years old. So
nope. So is Lomachenko ducking Haney right now? Absolutely not. Will he duck
I don't
Haney?
think so.
Very possible. All right, very possible. It'll depend on the money. There's a lot to go into it. It'll depend on his performance and who he fights next. Comey is a tougher fight for Lomachenko, I believe, than Lopez is because of styles. All right, Comey holds an extensive reach advantage and is a zombie-type fighter at times, and you never know what a guy's going to do with those type fighters until you get right down there, until the fight's in there, until it's going on. Haney, should he be able to hit him and move, could be a tougher fight as well. I think Haney may be his toughest fight in the division now. I don't think Tank's a hard fight for him. I don't think Lopez is that hard a fight for him, although at one time I did, but I've seen since that there is some flaws there with Teofimo. And I'm sure his mom's listening. I'm sorry, but they're there. Comey, he's got a lot of openings. His defense really isn't the best in the world.
Yeah.
I think Haney is the toughest fight in the division for him, and it's the fight that I want to see next. Now, should he go on and he not fight? He go back to 130, for instance. See, that WBC franchise title gives him the ability to float around in divisions like that And I think there's a couple fights they're looking at, and one's a possible catchweight fight with a higher, I can't give a name really right now, but a higher weight class fighter. And then you got the Burchell fight they're looking at. All right. And the Inoue fight isn't nothing soon, guys. People's asking about that. He ducked Haney to fight Inoue. Come on, dude. No. You think Inoue's getting ready to jump up to 126, 130 to fight him next fight? No. Inoue will be. Yeah.
I think he'll be back in March, April, and then I think he's also got his eye on the guy to unify. So
yes,
on 118, I think he's gonna.
That is going to be his next fight. I was told will be a unification fight, and then he possibly will go to 126.
Obali, what's his name?
Unless there's a Nordino Ali, unless they may be able to make a Rigondeaux fight. There's talk of that as well. All right.
A 122.
118. Rigondeaux just he fights. I want to say.
I know he's fighting. He's fighting in the title.
Charlo, is it Charlo undercard he's on? Is that correct?
I don't care.
But I think he's on the Charlo undercard with that.
I quit.
I'm gonna while we're down to 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Whoever this is, we've still got some people that's listening to the whole show. We appreciate it. I mean, it's got to be a hassle sitting there with your phone to your listening to the whole show. There's well over 100 and something people who's done that most of the show. Like I said, we appreciate it. I'm not hit everybody, but I've hit a good 15 of them to try to see if they want to talk. I don't know if it's a problem we have on our end or if it's something that, they're just listening, because we have that does happen a lot. We appreciate our callers. We appreciate Jay taking the time out of a busy week out there this week and getting on with us.
Shout out to sponsors, man.
We want to shout out to our sponsors one more time. You know where you can find this show at any time. That's gruelingtruth.com. You can also find it on our page at anchor.fm, Spotify, all around the place, iTunes, Google, you name it. We're there. Cameron Management Team. You can go to cmtboxing.com and check out their website. They're one of the fastest growing sports management companies in the business, and they specialize in boxing and combat sports. Everlast, everybody knows who Everlast is, right? Pratt Company and Photography is it. They work in DMV mainly, which is D.C. in the Baltimore area, but they do work all up and down the eastern seaboard. They do work, like they'll go into a school area, a county system or something, and they'll be there for a while. And while they're there, they'll do family portraits, sports photography, you name it. They do some videography as well. All right? Then Icons of Boxing, man. If you need something autographed, if you're looking for an autograph, they got it. Jump over there, give Milton a shout, man. Iconsofboxing.com. They got all the autographs, and they're sponsor of our autograph giveaways here on the Counterpunch Show. As we're down to 14 seconds, you got anything you want to say, man?
Hey, man, check us out on the counterpunch.com, and we are out.
See you.